night was thick with a low fog that crept like fingers through the branches of the gnarled trees, their shadows elongated, casting sinister shapes that skittered across the ground. Alone on a narrow path, Leah wrapped her coat tight against the bone-chilling air, each breath of ghostly vapor. She had heard the tales whispered around campfires, the old screaming tunnel, just a stone's throw away, a place that devoured sound and reason. They said that once you entered, it would echo with the cries of those who had met their end within its walls. As she approached the archway, the crumbling stone looked hungry, ready to swallow her whole. The moment she stepped inside, the world outside seemed to dissipate. The crunch of her footsteps against gravel became muffled, as if she were stepping deeper into a void. Darkness enveloped her, so thick it felt like a shroud, and she hesitated, the tales clawing at the corners of her mind. Just a little further, she whispered to herself, the words diving into the silence. Her flashlight flickered, its halo barely cutting through the oppressive blackness, revealing graffiti etched by hands long forgotten, twisted and crawling with stories that seemed to twitch and breathe. A chill raced down her spine, and she turned, half expecting to find someone lurking just beyond the light, shadow shifting in her periphery. Then she heard it. The faint wailing, just at the edge of hearing, like the distant mourning of lost souls. Leah's heart drummed in her chest as she tightened her grip on the flashlight, slowly pressing forward. With each step, the voices grew louder, insistent, a spectral chorus beckoning her deeper. The air thickened, carrying with it an umbilical tension that coiled around her. Suddenly, the wail escalated into shrieks, reverberating off the stones, slapping her senses. "Ah!" It seemed to scream, and desperation clawed at her throat as she swung around. But the tunnel seemed interminable, stretching endlessly behind her, collapsing the distance, until even the way out felt like a cruel memory. She raced forward, not realizing she was calling out, pleading for salvation, only to be met with that haunting echo of her own desperation. Her flashlight flickered again, and for a heartbeat she saw a shape ahead. A child, face twisted in sorrow, standing frozen in the darkness, eyes hollow and wide, peering back at her. Hope flared, mingled with dread, and Leah stumbled toward the figure, arms outstretched. "Please, help me!" In an instant, the figure vanished, leaving cold air and a suffocating silence. The tunnel swallowed her cries, and she felt it wrap around her, tightening like a vice. Panic ignited as she bolted in the opposite direction, breath hitching, the floor cracking beneath her feet as her pulse thrummed a wild rhythm. The tunnel was alive, breathing, spiraling downward. As she neared a distant light shining weakly at the end of the tunnel, hope surged once more. But as she stumbled from the darkness into the open air, the creeping fog settled around her, and she turned, gasping, to see the entrance behind her had vanished, replaced by yawning stone and cold, dead earth. The wailing resumed, a cacophony of sorrow and despair, and Leah's heart sank as she realized she wasn't alone. The figures began to materialize, children haunting the edges of her vision, while the entrance whispered her name. In that dark, suffocating moment, Leah understood. The screaming tunnel would never let her go.